I edit in this app called InShot. I'm going to go to new, and then I'm going to import the videos. 6 videos, hit the green check mark. From here, these were all filmed 1080p 60 frames per second, so HD 60 frames per second. The way that I cut my videos down is I literally take this little thing right here, I drag it to the right, because this is deleting all that footage. So I wanted that first shot of me kind of sliding this into frame. So I get that little bit. So I cut off the beginning, and now I'm gonna slide. Cool, I'm going to now split this into its own little clip because I want to probably change the timing of this depending on the song that I choose. So now I'm going to continue by dragging this little white thing to the right until I get that next shot. So I wanted the shot of me pouring the oat milk into the cup. So I'm gonna get a little bit of that. I don't know how much, just depends on the song and the beat of the song. Split. And then I'm going to drag until I get to the next motion. So I am doing the frothing. I'm going to drag this to the right a little, not here to delete, but just kind of like getting some of this. And then I'm gonna split. And then I think that was good enough. Probably going to get like where it's more frothed. That way it's like the beginning and then it's kind of higher up in the cup. And where did I do that? I think I'm just gonna delete all this. And then I think this will be good. So I'll do this, split. Now this is the last part of the clip. I don't need that, I'm just gonna delete that. And then I'm going to now take this second clip, which is 2 minutes and 51 seconds. I'm going to do the same thing where I'm just like dragging. So at this point, I did want to bring the plant into the frame, and I think that honestly, adding things like that into your videos are sometimes good without putting an explanation. That way people will comment and be like, did anyone else see that a plant was added or whatever? It's just a good strategy a lot of creators use. So my hand is angled up right here on this shot. So I kind of want to have a similar one, a similar angle, but this just like suddenly appears. So if you look here, I'm going to try to find something like that where it looks like I was never moving, it's just the plant appeared. Okay, so I actually like where my finger's on top of this. I know that I have another clip that was without the plant where my hand is doing the same exact thing. So I'm actually going to find that, which was here. So I'm gonna delete this part, and I'm gonna have my hand is holding this, my finger's on top, my thumb's right there, and then this is kind of doing the same thing right here. So I like that transition. So I'm just like adjusting the timing of that. Then I'm going to delete that, and now I'm gonna drag this. I don't need any of this footage because I'm just not gonna add that in. I'm gonna take this little timeline and drag and drag and drag. So I'm just like literally deleting all of this. And you can see the time counting down because I'm not using any of that. So now I'm going to slide this glass into frame. So I like pressed play until I found the end of that. I'm gonna split that off. And then I'm gonna delete all of this part until I get to the next part. I actually wanted to be pouring the ice in. So I'm just gonna delete. You just hold it and delete all of this part. And I want it right, I want it to start right when it like falls to get that like ASMR sound. So I split that, and now I'm going to continue dragging, clean up my mess. I don't need that in the video, so I'm deleting that. I actually tried to pour this and I didn't have it open enough, so I'm just deleting all of that. And I'm going to have this part in it. Cool, split. Once you get the action, you really don't need to show more than that. Just get the point across. The point was that I was pouring cold brew concentrate on ice. Done. I didn't need to have all of that extra stuff at the end. Same with this, I'm pouring in water. So if I wanted to have like a little bit and then split it and then delete this middle part to where it's like kind of halfway full and then split it, and then I'm going to delete this part and split. That way it kind of goes like small, middle, big, like this. It like basically chops it up to start and end on the little parts, and it kind of deletes the stuff in the middle. So I'm going to drag and delete the rest of this. I really like this shot. but it's kind of slow. It's a little too slow for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split this up. It's 3.3 seconds. I'm actually going to speed it up. I'm gonna do original pitch. So speed, let's do 5. Okay, so I sped it up. Now it's 0.7. I'm going to duplicate it twice. And then the little clip in the middle, I'm actually going to reverse it. So the little reverse thing right here. So if I wanted to do that, I could. And then I finished the pour. Cool. Now I'm going to delete this part. So this part was actually really cool, how it like goes down into the glass. I think that's like the most aesthetic thing ever. So instead of just having this at like 19 seconds, I'm going to speed until I move the camera. I don't know why I moved the camera up closer, but while it's not moving and while only this is moving, I am going to actually take this 10-second clip and I'm going to speed it up to like, I mean like pretty fast here. And then I am gonna delete the rest of that. So this is actually a real time lapse that is too slow for my liking. It's 10 seconds. So what I'm going to do is actually speed up the time lapse, which is already sped up. But do you see how it just kind of like makes it quick? So I'm gonna do that. And then I moved the camera like angle. So I'm just gonna delete all that because I don't want the camera to be moving. I want it to be pretty still. And I'm going to now pour cinnamon on top of this. So I think I could also do the reverse technique here, see which one I like better depending on the song I chose. So yeah, I'm gonna do this, split it. So I'm going to duplicate it twice. And then reverse the middle. So here's the middle. I'm gonna reverse it. That's a little too slow. So let me zoom in. So I'm just like pinching to zoom in. So I start to pour. I'm actually gonna trim this part off. Like when it stops, I don't need that ending part where it's like nothing's happening. I don't want that. So I'm just gonna like delete that. So I'm gonna have here. So it goes, you pour, it comes back up, pour, up, down, and then I had more here. Perfect. And then I'm gonna split this. I'm basically just splitting and deleting, splitting things into clips that I want, deleting everything I don't want. And now I put the straw in. I'm gonna split that, and then I stirred it. Where did I start stirring it? Not there. Here. Okay, so I did like this little swirl thing on accident, and I actually really like it. So I'm gonna get to that point, is right here. Cool. I set the straw down, and now, oh, look how pretty that is. Now I'm going to clean up because I made a mess. Good thing these little boards are waterproof. And I just have this like sitting here, I guess. When do I grab it? Here we go. Okay. And then I grab the cup, but I saw that I had like self-tan. When do I actually grab it? Oh, here we go. So I'm like deleting everything until I'm actually doing the action of grabbing it. Boom. Split that and then delete the rest. So now it's 17 seconds long total, and I don't have any song behind it. And I could put any song behind it that I want. Before I add a song, which you can do this so many different ways, but I'm going to actually go back and save this as a draft. And then I go back to video. I actually am going to copy that because this will be trimmed down to whatever song I choose. So I'm gonna open that up. Now, there's so many ways to import a song, but I typically only import the songs to edit to, and then I delete the song. I never upload my own music. I always use the creator's music. Don't copyright, please don't ever copyright. So these are some of the things that I've imported. which if you wanted to import a song, all you have to do is go to music, extract from video, and you can import whatever song you want. Okay, we're gonna use this from my favorite freaking DJ. Okay, but we're gonna trim the beginning. Okay, I like this part of the song, so I'm just gonna like do the same thing. Drag and delete everything before that. Let me see. And I'm going to edit to the song. So it's like baby you. I'm going to trim this. 0.9 seconds is too long for that lyric. So I'm gonna do this. So it should be baby, and then like on the U I should be pouring. And then it should stop. Like this is enough pouring. That's enough frothing. And then I'm gonna have it on this one. So perfect. And then that's the end of that song lyric. So when it says right at you, okay, or whatever the heck it says, I'm really bad with lyrics. I'm going to have the phone or the new cup sliding in. So like it should say write it end. So I'm like literally making these little splits into smaller splits. Let me see. Like that was too much ice pouring. I don't need that. You get the action, you get the point across, move on. So that's enough. Okay, so I did a little pour here and it says K, and then I'm gonna split, and then on the last part of that care or can, whatever the lyric is, I'm going to have a little bit more of the stuff pouring. So like here, that's where it shows the most, so cool. I don't like that at all. So I'm actually going to make this normal speed. Go back to normal, 0.1 or 1. Start it here. And I'm gonna delete the reversed one and the one after that because it's just not necessary. And what I'm actually going to do is add an effect. So this is too long. Like this is almost 3 seconds just sitting there pouring. That is so boring. People will easily get distracted with 2.9 seconds of the same shot. So I'm gonna go to filter and I'm going to go to effect, and then I'm gonna do slow zoom. But that's like way too close. So I'm gonna lower the value of that here. And let's see if that looks better. That's not enough. But also, I think I might speed this up just a tad. I think I want it over to my place to be the whole thing. So now it's 1.5, literally double what it was, like faster. Okay. I think it's still too slow. Okay, well the filter here, the slow zoom kept going, so I'm just gonna trim that. It needs to end like here. Okay. I think I can trim this here. And then I'm gonna trim this a little bit more because it was a little too, I don't know, zoomed in. See, this is too fast. So okay, that's the ending. I like grab it. So let's watch it so far. Cool. And you can literally edit this down to whatever you want, but all I do from here, say that I'm like totally satisfied with that, go to music, delete this track. You want to use the actual track inside whatever app you're posting on, and you're going to save it as 1080p, 30 frames per second, because most platforms can't upload at 60 frames per second. And then it's going to save. And then from there, you just add whatever song you chose into the native app that you're posting on. Don't ever post another creator's music unless you've paid for that copyright, and then you're good to go.